The Huskers wrapped up their Wednesday practice here in Memorial Stadium. Hi, this is Sean Callahan for HuskerOnline.com, and we caught up with offensive coordinator Danny Langsdorf and several different players on the offense as we got Langsdorf's thoughts on just where his offense is as they get ready for this season opener.
Until you put them out there, it's hard to really know what you're going to get. But we've had great work. I think they're confident and ready. They've been practicing well. You know, like I said, when the lights go on, it can be different for some guys. So I do feel confident in what we have. There'll be some growing pains, I'm sure, that we'll work through, but it's a good group, it's a tough group, and it doesn't appear that anything's been phasing them through fall camp.
One of the big questions right now for this team remains on the offensive line as converted tackle, now guard, Sam Hahn will get the start at left guard.
And then Hahn, obviously, he's paid his dues and worked hard. Been a journeyman backup, playing tackle, and moving the guard. He's handled it well like Stirrup did.
How do you teach guys, I guess, kind of like what allows them to move pretty easily?
Well, we do technique all day long. So, you know what I mean? We do run fundamentals, we do pass pro fundamentals. You know, Sam's excited because he goes, wow, it's kind of nice in there. I don't have to deal with all that space, you know what I mean? So it's a little bit easier inside, you know, as far as mano-a-mano goes. You don't have to worry about the edge by yourself.
Offensive line coach Mike Cavanaugh also said that senior Corey Whitaker will be available as well to step in on Saturday.
I think, you know, he's done pretty good in practice, so we'll see what happens and how the game flows.
As Cavanaugh looks at this group overall, he said just establishing that physical identity is a big priority.
There's no question. I mean, you know, we got to set the tone. We've talked about that for a long time, you know, being a physical run team. So Saturday's the test.
We kind of had the attitude the whole entire fall camp. Like, that's the attitude we had going in. We just stuck with it. Like, we know we're going to need to run the ball in this conference and against the teams we play. So this shouldn't be a moment where, oh, yeah, today's the day we can run it. We should always be able to run it. So, like, that's the attitude we've had with the offensive line and the backs.
And besides Ozigbo, another player who might be involved in establishing that running identity could be true freshman running back Trey Bryant, who Langsdorf said he was pleasantly surprised about with his development here in August.
He's really picked up the system well. He's mature, he's smart, he's physical as a runner, and he's a receiving threat. So I like a lot of things about him. I think you got to be careful not to overload him. You know, it's different playing in high school and then coming out here and there's 95,000 screaming and yelling, and it's just a different atmosphere. So you don't want to overload him and have him panic. But he's a mature kid. He's ready to play. We'll play him on some situational stuff and get his feet wet. But he's looked great in camp. The game, as far as practice with our defense, it hasn't been too big for him. He's been ready to go.
And finally, Saturday's home opener against Fresno State will be the first time the Huskers will be able to honor the life of Sam Foltz here in front of a packed house.
It's going to be tough, you know. It's going to be something real hard because, you know, he affected a lot of us, you know, and it's going to be tough, you know, whenever, you know, they honor him, and, you know, we're going to have to move on forward and know, you know, we're playing for him.
Moore added that his injury situation for the week remains solid as he expects to play. Still no word on the status, though, of safety Antonio Reed, who continues to nurse an injury. With the Huskers here in Lincoln, I'm Sean Callahan of HuskerOnline.com.